True scary stories inside. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up. You feel a cold presence in the room with you. These are the things nightmares are made of. And sometimes nightmares are real. Have you ever felt a chill run down your spine in the middle of the night? Or heard whispers when no one else is around? You try to rationalize it, tell yourself it's just the house settling, the wind, your imagination. But deep down something feels off. We're about to dive deep into the chilling world of the paranormal, exploring 7 terrifying signs that your house might be haunted. And trust me, after years of investigating the most haunted places on Earth, I can tell you these signs are the real deal. Get ready, because things are about to get scary. One of the most common signs of a haunting is unexplained noises. You're lying in bed, trying to fall asleep, when suddenly you hear it. Footsteps in the hallway, the distinct sound of heavy boots on hardwood floors. You get up, heart pounding, open the door, and nothing. I remember one investigation we did in a small town in Pennsylvania. The family living there was terrified. They kept hearing footsteps in the attic every night. When we went up there, EVP recorder in hand, we were met with a cacophony of sound. Knocking, scratching, banging. It was like something was trying to get our attention. These sounds aren't always aggressive, though. Sometimes it's the soft whisper of a voice, just on the edge of hearing, calling your name. I've heard it 1,000 times. A disembodied voice trying to communicate from beyond the veil. Unexplained noises are often the first sign of a haunting, a way for the spirits to make their presence known. It's their way of saying we're here. And let me tell you, when you hear it, you know you're not alone. You ever walk into a room and feel a sudden chill, a pocket of icy air that seems to cling to you? That, my friends, is a cold spot. It's not a draft, not a faulty window, but something far more sinister. I'll never forget this one investigation at an old asylum in Ohio. We were in a room where patients were said to have been subjected to horrific experiments. As we stood there, our breath forming clouds in the air, the temperature plummeted. It was like stepping into a freezer. We brought out our thermal cameras, and sure enough, there was a distinct cold mass, shaped like a human figure, hovering in the center of the room. The energy in these cold spots is palpable, heavy, oppressive. These areas of intense cold are often attributed to the presence of spirits, their energy draining the heat from the surrounding environment. It's a chilling reminder that we are not alone. Now this is where things start to get really real. We're not just talking about weird noises or cold drafts anymore. We're talking about physical objects moving on their own, seemingly defying the laws of physics. I've seen it with my own eyes. Doors slamming shut with no one near them, objects flying across the room, furniture being overturned. It's as if the spirits are trying to interact with our world, to make their presence known in a way that's impossible to ignore. There was this one investigation. We were in a house where a young girl had tragically died years before. As we set up our equipment, a doll on the shelf suddenly flew across the room, smashing against the wall. It was a terrifying display of force, a clear sign that we were dealing with something powerful. Objects moving on their own are a sign of a haunting that's escalating, a spirit that's becoming more and more aggressive. It's a chilling reminder that these entities are capable of interacting with our world in ways we can't even begin to understand. Chapter 4. Strange Shadows. You're sitting in your living room, the only light coming from the television, when out of the corner of your eye you see it, a fleeting shadow, a dark figure darting across the room. You turn your head, but it's gone. Shadows are often associated with the spirit world, fleeting glimpses of something unseen lurking just beyond our perception. They can manifest in different forms, from dark, shapeless masses to distinct figures that resemble human forms. I remember one investigation in a haunted prison in Nevada. We were walking down a cell block, our flashlights cutting through the darkness, when we saw it. A tall, shadowy figure standing at the end of the hallway. As we approached, it vanished into thin air. These shadows are often difficult to capture on camera, but their effect on those who witness them is undeniable. They leave you feeling uneasy, watched, like you're not alone, even when you know you should be. Chapter 5. Of all the signs of a haunting, ghostly apparitions are the most terrifying, the most undeniable proof that something beyond our understanding exists. To come face to face with a full-bodied apparition, it's an experience that will stay with you forever. One of the most compelling cases we investigated was in a historic hotel in Savannah. Guests had reported seeing the apparition of a young woman in a white dress roaming the halls. We set up cameras throughout the hotel, and what we captured sent chills down our spines. In the dead of night, a misty figure materialized in the hallway, gliding effortlessly through the air. It was the young woman, her face pale and sorrowful, her eyes filled with a deep sadness. These apparitions are often the spirits of those who have passed, trapped between this world and the next. They might be seeking help, trying to communicate a message, or simply reliving their final moments. Chapter 6. Have you ever caught a whiff of something familiar? A specific perfume, the scent of your grandmother's cooking? But there's no logical explanation for it. These unexplained smells are another sign that your house might be harboring spirits. The spirit world can manifest itself in strange ways, and scent is no exception. These phantom aromas can be pleasant or foul, often tied to specific memories or emotions associated with the spirit. I remember one investigation we did in a Victorian mansion said to be haunted by its former owner, a wealthy businessman who had a penchant for expensive cigars. As we walked through the house, the air was thick with the smell of cigar smoke, even though no one had smoked in the house for decades. These unexplained smells are often fleeting, disappearing as quickly as they appear. They're like a whisper from the other side, a sensory reminder that there's more to this world than meets the eye. Chapter 7. In today's tech-filled world, even spirits have found ways to make their presence known through electronic devices. Lights flickering, televisions turning on and off, radios playing static. These are all telltale signs of a haunting in the digital age. Spirits are drawn to energy, and electronic devices emit electromagnetic fields that they can manipulate. It's as if they're using our own technology to communicate with us, sending us messages through the static and white noise. One of the most compelling examples of this occurred during an investigation at an old theatre. We were using an electromagnetic field detector, and as we passed it over the stage, the device went haywire. The lights in the theatre began to flicker, and a spotlight suddenly turned on, bathing the stage in an eerie glow. These electronic disturbances are often unpredictable and unnerving, a reminder that the spirit world can reach us even through the most mundane aspects of our lives. The shadows are growing longer, the air is getting colder, and you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. If you've experienced any of these signs, you might not be alone in your house. Remember, these are just a few of the many signs that your house might be haunted. The paranormal world is vast and mysterious, and we're only just beginning to scratch the surface of what's truly out there. Stay safe, and remember, sometimes the scariest things are the ones we can't see.